We are not doing an hour by hour schedule. We are taking an approach that allows for a little bit more flexibility while keeping us on track. Today, we're going to talk about our 8th grade flow. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shanna, and if you are new here, we're a homeschooling family of 4. We are entering our 9th year of homeschooling for the 2025-2026 homeschool year. And while this is the flow for 8th grade, everything after this point is really prep for high school, which blows my mind. So let's go. Before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. You can hear the rain. It just started pouring. It got really dark. So we are in July, and July for me is all planning for our homeschool life. And that is a little bit twofold. The first part of it is that it is well-timed because I like to start in August and I can't really do it too much earlier because I don't have the stuff yet. But the second part of it is, well, very self-serving. This is the routine that I go through every single year. I share it with you on our channel, but as I am filming it, I am literally like, this is actively real life, real time, me planning our homeschool year for the upcoming year. And because I have got this system down and it has served us so well, I go through certain steps. It is like a routine. So this year I did actually, as I was researching how many lessons, pages, whatever's in every piece of curriculum that we would use to plan my homeschool year, I went ahead and started my record keeping, which I have never done ahead of time. And I'm so proud of myself. So homeschool record / homeschool portfolio are up and ready to be plugged into for the 2025-2026 homeschool year, which will be really good because very soon I'm going to start transcript. I know it's so scary, but we will be coming and we will be doing it. So in order to get my homeschool planning done, I went ahead and plugged in for my records. So I did my records and then planned our entire homeschool year, building in buffers, keeping it light, keeping it fresh, keeping it easy. And I use that to then fill out Mom and Me Monday, our group subjects. And then from there, I fill in the rest of the week for my 4th grader and also the rest of the week for my 8th grader. And I will be tackling transcripts next because we do have some high school credit coming to us from pre-9th grade. Everything from here on out for my 8th grader is truly in preparation for the rest of life. Like, I hope I can wallow in the wonderful gloriousness that is 8th grade, and I'm really excited for it, but I've definitely flipped the switch that says, what's next and how can we best serve her for whatever it is that comes next. Now, our homeschool year, this coming year is going to look very different, and that is by design. I've been talking about this for months and months now. With everything that happened in our personal lives last year and some things coming up this year, we need to be really focusing in on the big stuff. We need to block out a lot of the noise. We need to be allowing, especially my 8th grader, to focus on her, I'm unsure how to say this, focus on her specialized interests, which are also going to be career and college pursuits. So I want to build more time in our lives, in our days, in our flows for the pursuit of those interest-based things so that we can make sure that we are getting ample time devoted to those pursuits. Now you will see on our flow, we've got Mom and Me Monday. Went ahead and planned that out. And you've already seen my 4th graders flow by this point. And we'll be doing history and science 2 times a week. I just yet, based on our extracurricular schedules, don't know the best time to do those because I know that U.S. history, Black American U.S. history, our goal is to do this as a family because we can all benefit. But then also in an effort to do more than one a week, I'd like to get a Native American U.S. history from Crash Course, which is currently releasing. And then also, I know for a fact that's going to be whole family because we've discussed it and that's everybody's want. But I'm imagining Lego Science will also be whole family because I think it will be, just awesome. Just awesome and just fun for that reason. So my 8th grader has probably less things on her schedule, on her flow than she has ever had. And my first thought is to think to add more, but then I have to remind myself every single thing she's doing is just bigger. It's just bigger. So vocabulary from Michael Clay Thompson went from 20 weeks of study, like 10 weeks, and we would take 2 weeks to do it really easy, to a full list of like 30 words every single week. So that vocabulary study in preparation for SATs in college and things like that, that is really ramped up. Not to mention writing is ramping up. So it is time for me to be sure that I am holding the space for the things that matter. So getting a deeper understanding and simplifying. So all of that, yes, it will look a little lighter. It is by design. It is on purpose. I am hoping to get way, way more out of our lives, out of our homeschool lives and out of our homeschool lessons by allowing us the space to kind of really enjoy it and really dive deep and really go down. So I'm going to stop talking. Let's pop over and I will show you my 8th graders flow. Again, all of this is in preparation and service for high school the following year. Now, wait, why is this so important? 1, I'm going to be transcripting. 2, I've got our portfolio going. And then 3, not only do we need to make sure that she can get into college or whatever career pursuit of her choice, I also need to be sure there has been less recently, but some mention maybe wanting to apply to a public magnet in our area. So therefore, I'm going to make sure that all of my ducks are in a row right now, because if that's the path we go forward, that entire process will start as soon as October. So 3 months from now, right? August, September. Yeah, 3 months from now. So it's really important that I can not justify our homeschool experience, but that I can translate our homeschool experience into real world gains and success and admissions and things like that. It's really important to me. So that is that. Now let's pop over. I'm going to show you filling in our homeschool flow. Don't forget that these printables are available. I have it linked down below in the description box. Okay, so if you like it, go grab it and use it for yourself. Let's go. Here is my super colorful little template that I have available for you if you would like to download this PDF so that then you can fill it in yourself. As you see, I went ahead and copied over everything. Our Monday is already filled out because those are our group subjects. And then I am just kind of copying everything over. I'm actually editing this. I usually do Photoshop, but this is in Canva. So I am just taking what we've got and copying it over as needed. And then going in and just kind of altering the text to what we need. As you will see, I'm hoping that we can start every day with some sort of current event, CNN 10. Some of those are really great options for kids. And I really want to be making sure that my kids are getting exposure, especially now in today's times and as they're getting older, to the things that are happening in the world in a manner that we can discuss, where we can discuss sources and just a lot. It's just a lot. You know what I'm talking about. You get it. As you can see, I've got Michael Clay Thompson, the actual lessons on 3 of the days. And I will be doing a video probably pretty early on about how we're using Michael Clay Thompson this year. But just to give you just a little bit of snippet, I am planning to start the year with the grammar study, as well as start the year with vocabulary and start the year with writing. Also the read alouds, you guys know we just pepper those in when we can. But we will be doing that way because again, writing is just so much bigger this year. Writing and vocabulary are both just so huge, so meaty, and it's just so much more, for lack of a better term. So we will go, once we finish the grammar study, we will go into the daily sentence practice, and then probably starting second semester, so after holiday break, we will do the poetry portion because the grammar and the poetry are just not as meaty. So that is where we are now. But the vocabulary and the writing, I really, really want to focus on heavy. So that. And here you go. Just filling out this schedule. It's really simple. It's easy. It works for us. The flow approach is just absolutely gold. We are not people who do well with, things must happen this, now, then, when. That doesn't tend to serve our homeschool well. It doesn't serve me well. It doesn't serve the girls well. We do, our hard start 9 a.m. Everybody understands that that's how that goes. And then from there, I try to give them as much flexibility and autonomy as I can. So especially my 8th grader, she's going to figure out what she wants to do, when she wants to do it, how it's going to get done. And we're going to go from there. And it will be just a good experience for everybody all around, because she is old enough to understand that. She has homeschooled for 9 years, so she gets it. Well, for 8 years going into our 9th year. So this is my template. Like I said, it's just copy, paste over, and then I print it out, I stick it to the back of a clipboard, and they can just mark it off as they go. They do stop using them somewhere throughout the year just because they kind of get it into their brains. Like the routine is there. It's something they've established. And so it's not something they have to kind of touch or mess with every week anymore at some point. So that has served us really well. Again, the template is totally free and available to use. So be sure to go check that out over on my website. I like the colorfulness. We prefer a flow. I'm really curious. People have very strong feelings about flow versus schedule. So drop down in the comments and let me know what you think and how you feel. Okay, guys, I hope that you appreciated this look inside making our 8th graders a homeschool flow schedule for the upcoming year. If you are unaware, I do make this printable and then I will stick it on the back of a clear clipboard just with packing tape, and then they will mark it off as they go. It does allow us to stay really structured as far as what we're doing and kind of prioritizing every day what's the most important thing to get started with first, but then also to keep it flexible enough that, like, let's say Mom and Me Monday didn't happen on Monday. Okay, Mom and Me Monday happens on Tuesday, and that just is what it is. And that is great. It also keeps it free. We don't have to rethink the wheel every week. We don't have to constantly be touching it or planning it. We just pick up with what's next. And that is a wonderful place for my family, myself, my learners to not be so rigid. So not be time-based, but to be kind of first, next, last. And that works really, really well for us and for our homeschool. Again, I just kind of rinse and repeat these every year, but it's because I have stumbled upon something. And it took me years to stumble upon things like Mom and Me Monday. It took me years to stumble upon things like this awesome flow. It works for me. It consistently works for us. And that is why we are doing it. And part of the reason that I come here and make these printables and share with you is because I want to make sure that you guys have access to some of these same things, especially if you're new and starting out, or maybe you just need to try something different. Try the flow approach. Now, I hope that this hasn't totally blown anyone's mind or overwhelmed anybody. I'm really excited taking this and moving forward. I'm excited. I think pretty soon you'll be seeing kind of starting a transcript kind of video. We will be sharing first day of school, and I will be giving you in-depth looks into all of the curriculum pieces that we have chosen to use this year, especially as far as it comes for 8th grade, transitioning high school and beyond. So I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. If you forgot or don't recall how I figure out what needs to happen every week, I start with my full year, and at my full year, I figure out how many lessons or pages or whatever every single piece of curriculum we intend to use has, and I just math. So I will say, okay, well, based on our current schedule, I'd like to have these weeks off, these weeks on, we've got conflicts or vacations or whatever, and then from there, I literally just take the total number of lessons and divide it by the number of weeks that we have available, which I always intentionally build in buffer. If you want a more in-depth explanation of this, go look at my homeschool planning for the whole year a couple of videos ago. But basically, I just divide number of lessons by number of weeks, and then from there, number of weeks by number of days that we intend to work on it. So for example, like thinking would be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because Mom and Me Monday is reserved for things we do together. Then that's not one of them. So I hope that you found it as helpful, entertaining, or informative, guys.